just want to ask a little bit about the pottery. I thought I knew a lot about you, but I had no idea you did stuff like that. How long has that been going on?
I've been making pottery since '65.
Really?
And then I stopped when I became an actor for a while. And the reason I quit was I never wanted to have to make money at it again. I wanted to be able to afford to do it because I love to do it and not have to sell anything. And then our house got so full of pottery that my wife said, "You've got to start doing something with it because we're going to have to move out." So
okay.
It started that way. And then for the first time after I did Alien vs. Predator, I realized I wanted to make tiles as artifacts. And so, because when the film is over, what happens is everybody disperses. The whole dream that we created is over. And I thought it'd be so cool to make something that people dug it up in 50 years and go, "What is this?" Like an artifact. So that's what this whole thing's about.
Very cool.
I'm even doing it with Millennium. I'm doing it. I do it all myself. I make every single piece, and no help. I enjoy it. I need the labor. I love labor. So.
Is this the first time you've tied it in with a movie you worked on?
Absolutely, the first time.
Okay.
Before that, I was just making big platters and painting because I was a painter before I was an actor.
Okay.
And then I found pottery, and then it became an obsession.
Okay. Let me ask you about most of your work. The reason I end up becoming a fan, most of your work is horror and sci-fi.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a conscious choice on your part?
No, I think I do about 50-50. Like right now, I'm doing a movie called Bone Dry out in Death Valley, and in the high desert, and it's a real kind of revenge film. It's a guy has killed my family, and I'm chasing him and moving him north constantly to get him to where he buried us. He shot me too, but I survived it. And for 2 years I've been looking for him and finally find him. So it's a real thriller. You don't know who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. And Luke Goss is in it with me, and it's directed by Bret Hart. So it's an independent film, but it's wonderful. I love doing all kinds of work. So I just took off 2 days to come down here and do this.
Let me ask you a question about Alien vs. Predator. One thing that really impressed me, I'm also a big fan of Near Dark. I love that movie. As far as I'm concerned, that's the best vampire movie of all time. Partially because you never mention the word vampire at any point in the movie.
We call ourselves nocturnal nomads. So.
One of the things I liked in the extras, you described a lot of the history of your character, of Jesse, and how he became a vampire. I think it was in the Confederate Navy at one point.
Yeah, on an ironclad.
So that was all on your own, right? Making the backstory?
Everything.
Did you
I always do that. You have to know where you're coming from in order to be there.
Right. All right. Did you do the same kind of thing for Wayland?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I even tried to call Bill Gates to find out what is it like to be a billionaire, and he wouldn't call me back. Right? But I suddenly realized that the metaphor is that you don't have to have anything in your pockets. You don't need a credit card. All you need is a pen. So I asked for a gold pen for the park.
Cool. Okay. The backstory with Wayland and
you want to hear an interesting phenomenon with Wayland? Every time I mentioned to somebody before that we went to do the movie that I was playing a billionaire who owned satellites, he owned ships, and he owned everything, they said, "Oh, bad guy, huh?" And I said, "Wait a minute, what are you, a Democrat?" Immediately if you have money, you're a bad guy. It's really a phenomenon.